Hi there, my name is Emily Stewart, I'm a dietitian, and today we're going to be testing some of our specialist nutrition products, so our texture modified range. We're going to be testing against the IDDSI framework for suitability for different levels for people with dysphagia. So we're starting here with a level 5 meal. This is our level 5 minced chicken curry. And I'm going to start by showing you the different tests that we would do to check that one of these meals is compliant with the framework. So I am going to start with the fork test. So you can see I'll lift up each of the different components, and what I'm looking for is that it sits quite nicely in a mound above the fork and there's none of the sample flowing through. If it was flowing through or dripping through, that would indicate the sample was too thin, which could pose a risk. So I'm just going to do that with the vegetable components now as well. And you'll see again, nice and cohesive, it sits in a little mound above the fork. And then finally with the rice. Okay. And there's another test that we can do with the fork, which is the fork pressure test. And what we'll do is just push down and it will mash through quite easily. And what that indicates is that the particle size is right, because all the size between the prongs on a fork is quite a consistent size. So if that sample wasn't coming through the prongs of this fork, it would indicate that the particles were too big. So I'll just do that with the vegetable components as well. As you can see, it comes quite nicely through. And then finally with the rice. Another test we can do with the fork pressure is to have a push down on the sample, and it will mash through quite easily. And what I'm looking for here is that I'm not using too much pressure, so the thumb, when I'm pushing down, is not blanching to white, and that's quite key, because if my thumbnail was blanching to white, that would indicate that I have to push down quite hard on that sample to mash it. And you can see it's mashing through quite easily on all of the components of this meal. So now I'm going to do the spoon tilt test with the level 5. Again, we've got a small sample of the meal there. Again, quite cohesive on the spoon and holds its shape, which is quite important. So I'm just going to give a gentle flick of the sample there. You can see that I didn't have to use much effort at all for that to come off, and the key thing is that there's no food left on the spoon. So you can have a very small amount or a thin film of food, but any more would indicate that the sample is too firm and sticky, which again could pose a risk for somebody with dysphagia. So again, with the vegetable components, comes off the spoon nice and clean with minimal effort from myself. And then the rice, again, so that's nice and safe as a level 5 meal.